video we will be talking about recording transactions in the Solafide OHADA accounting system using the sales and purchase section. But first, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel for more guides. Here's a step-by-step guide on recording transactions using the sales and purchases method in the Solafide accounting system. When recording with sales. In the sales section we have the invoice and the credit note. But since we are to record a sale, I would like us to focus on the invoice for now. The invoice in the Solafide OHADA accounting system has two types of invoice, which are the credit invoice and the cash invoice. The cash invoice is used only when you are dealing with a customer who pays in cash as soon as the transaction takes place. In recording such transaction, go to the side navigation bar and click on Sales. The select invoice and the invoice interface will present itself in the workspace. Fill in the needed information such as the item, quantity, unit price. And if there is any tax and discount, you can add as well. But note that the tax add in the tax column is not VAT, as VAT section could be seen below. Also at the bottom left you get to choose the method of payment, that is if it's cash, bank or electronic wallet. They take the save and new option if you plan to work on a new invoice, but if not, take the save and exit option. While the credit invoice is being used when the customer intends to pay on a later date, the interface is identical to the cash invoice, only that this time you get to select the customer you are trading with. So to record a transaction with the credit invoice, go to the side navigation bar and click on the sales. Select invoice or use the plus sign at the top right of your workspace and select the type of invoice you want. The invoice interface will be presented to you on the workspace. Go on to fill the customer name, item, quantity, unit price, and if there is any discount and tax applied to the item, fill it in as well. But note once more, VAT comes at the bottom, and at the bottom left you chose the method in which payment will be done, then take the save and exit option. And you will be sent back to list of invoice. Now in this list, look for the invoice with the draft status. Go to the action column and click on the first icon with an eye symbol. The workspace will open, displaying the invoice information. Note that the invoice is currently in draft mode and needs to be recorded. At the bottom of the invoice info, click on the second option called Mark as Review and answer the interview question that follows. A new option will appear. Select Approved and answer the interview question. A new sheet will come to the workspace informing you that the invoice has been approved and the transaction is recorded. If payment is being received in installments, enter the amount received from the customer in the second box that appears when scrolling down. Then click on the Save Invoice option. This action can be done anytime payment is done by the customer until the payment is completed. Once payment is made in full, you can mark the invoice as paid, and as such, we are done with recording a sales transaction. We can now move over to bills. Recording bills. A bill is a commercial document sent by a seller to a buyer detailing the amount the buyer owes for products or services they received. A bill is issued before payment is sent, provides a record of a transaction. Creating a bill in the Solafide OHADA system is not complicated. All we have to do is go to the side navigation bar and select Purchase, then click on Purchase Bills. The interface for list of bills will show up in your workspace. If you are to create a new bill, take the option above in the left side of your workspace with the caption A New Bill. An interface similar to the invoice will show up. Make sure to choose the supplier you are trading with. And fill in the information needed such as the item, the quantity, the unit cost, and if there is any tax or discount relating to the item you fill. Note: do not record VAT in the tax column as it will be recorded below. And finally, at the bottom left you get to choose the means of payment, then take the Save and Exit option. Once that is done, you will be sent to the list of bill interface. When there, go to the action column, click on the first icon with an eye-like symbol. An interface similar to the invoice will appear. Click on it. And just like in the invoice, you need to mark the bill as reviewed. At the bottom of the bill info, click on the second option called Mark as Review and answer the interview question. The workspace will update. Go on to select Approved and answer the interview question. Once that is done, you will be informed that the bill has approved and the transaction is recorded. Scroll down to see the accounts involved. If payment has been made to the supplier, enter the amount paid in the second box that appears when scrolling down. Then click on the Save Bill option. If the payment is made in full, you can mark the bill as paid and the system will do the recordings needed. Purchase order. A purchase order is done when you are to purchase goods, and to do so go the top side in the navigation bar and click Purchase, then take Purchase Order. The list of purchase order will be presented, and at the top left you will see New Purchase. Click on it. The interface that comes to your workspace will be very much similar to the invoice or bill. The only difference would that you will fill the title of the purchase and then the required information such as the item, the quantity, the unit cost, then tax and discount if any, then take the Save and Exit option. You will be sent to the list of purchase interface. Once there, click on the first icon in the action column with an eye-like symbol. A new section will appear on your workspace. On the right side, you will see the Mark Review option. Click on it and answer the interview question that follows, then select Approve. This process is to make sure you are sure of the transaction. Scroll down to see the purchase order items. In the status column, change the status to Ordered and click on the Save option at the bottom left. Note that changing the status of your purchase order from Ordered to Transit or Received will be reflected in the Inventory section under Management. After clicking on the Save option, a small box will appear. Under the Bill column, tick the box next to Create Bill and then click on the Save option again. The bill interface will now appear on your workspace, and you can treat the bill as you would in the Solafide OHADA accounting system. By following these steps, you can effectively record transactions using the sales and purchases method in the Solafide accounting system. Thank you for watching. If there are any problems or questions, make sure to drop them in the comment section and we'll do well to answer.